Peace, peace. What's good with everyone? Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right. Peace, peace. What's good? All right, so in the divine name of the Supreme Being, I want to greet everyone with civilized greeting. Peace, shalom, hotep, assalamu alaikum, good evening, whatever greeting that you go by. I want to meet everyone where they are, and hopefully, inshallah, we will be able to, all of us, get to where we're going together. I'm talking about one mindset, one spirit. All right, so I'm gonna wait for this thing to populate. Hopefully y'all don't mind. So, Katrina Mason, peace. What's good with you? Darlene Jones, Sister Sharqueen X, got you. All right, Natural Woman Photography, hit me up. Got a story for you, brother. Hit me up, bro. 678-557-2919. Just text me, call me. 678-557-2919. All right. Tariq Price, peace, my brother. Happy to see you live again. I'm live every other night. I'm in the building. I'm here. I just wait for the thing to populate. Peace to my Sirius Mindz family on YouTube. All right. Demetrius Chisholm. Peace, Queen. What's up? Update settings view. Okay. No, I'm not the boss, man. Donald Wimbush, you got that wrong. Not me. I don't want no titles. I'm just Professor Griff. That's it. That's title enough for me. No big I and little U's over here. I'm no more important than you. The most important person on this platform tonight is you, not me. All right? Give thanks, Mr. Bobby. Stone Music. Helena Simmons, Poseidon Taylor, what's up? I'm trying to figure out orientation, rotate device back, okay. Got you. All right. Great filibuster, what's good with you? Really appreciate you, man. I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been? All right. George Montgomery, salute. Quan, what's good with you? All right. As instructed by Quan, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. All right. Make sure y'all like, but most of all, make sure that you take this video, take the URL, and send it to 3 other people because we're responsible for 3 other people. All right. So we're gonna give it a few more minutes and wait for this thing to populate. All right. Of course, today is Wednesday, so all right. This is mic check 1 2 1 2. No songs have been submitted, so I guess we'll talk about a happy Thanksgiving Day. All right. All right.
Differences between the 2 iPads and which one's generally better. I just want to talk about our sponsor that made this video.
Search. Give me 1 second. Trying to find something. One second. All right, give me a few more minutes. I'm just waiting for this thing to populate. Because I know some people are going to be like, well, come on, you know I come on 9 o'clock. I just want to explain some things, and we're going to go into some other things. I'm going to lay out a few things that's coming up in 2020. And then we're going to move from there. Alright. Samuel Clark, Michael Gregory, what's up, man? Mr. Muhammad, what's going on, man? Peace to the God. Lady M, how you feel? If you would like to participate in the alternative Black Studies course, Sirius, okay? Email seriousmindinfo@gmail.com. Please indicate in notes. The mind border without a piece of classic rebel, trailers and teasers. The revolution's the thing. I'm back in black with the mind of gasoline. Get the green, black, and red in. Heavy mental to get your head in. Get the green, black, and red in. Kettle metal right down to the dead end. Behind enemy lines, yo. Alright, here we go. BJ Murphy, what's up, man? What's good with you, man? Prince Charles, what's happening? Chosen from the Most High, peace, brother. Alright. Mic check 1 2. Alright, Artist Review live every Wednesday night here on Sirius Mindz platform. Of course, you can submit your songs. You can submit your songs if you go to www.miccheck1212.com. You can submit your songs that way, and of course, you can email your songs to griffsmiccheck@gmail.com. The phone number for the mic check is 516. You can't call it tonight because we're not doing it. 654-7688. All right. No one submitted any songs, so we're going to talk about Thanksgiving Day. All right. This conversation is not for the weak-hearted. If you are into holidays and you're into getting with your family and eating turkey legs and cranberry sauce and sweet potato pie and cranberry whatever, yeah, this conversation probably not for you. Every conversation is not for every individual. All right. If you want to get some understanding on the holiday and exactly what should we be doing, all right, then hang around. If not, we do not celebrate the genocide of the Native American, all right, by celebrating it with having dinner. All right, we just don't do that. All right. So I wanted to talk about Thanksgiving. All right. Helen, how you feel? Peace, Queen. So yeah, this conversation is not going to be for everyone. All right. So if you're into holidays, you might want to click off, go to somebody else's platform, somebody that got, munching on and tearing off a damn turkey leg or something, or whatever the hell they do. I don't know. But no, we going celebrate turkey celebrations and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to be doing that. All right. So Not gonna happen. Anyway, in the meantime, between time, if you're on here, because this is being recorded and I don't know how many people are going to see this. All right, once again, thanks to my brother, um, Dr. Wesley Muhammad. I want to thank Martone Evans for putting on a beautiful lecture um, in Durham, North Carolina. Um, Jabril, what's good? Assalamu alaikum, good brother. Um, Beautiful lecture in Durham, North Carolina at Studio 112. I want to thank the people over there. All right. Thank my man Dap. Thank B-Son. All right. Thank all the people involved for making that happen over there. All right. Shout out to Martone, my big little sister. All right. Okay, so we're going to break down a few things and we're going to dive into this. Of course, some of these things, some of y'all have probably heard before, so y'all should already know the answer to them. All right, so then we can dive into it and ease into it real slow. All right. Before we get started, I want everyone to know that my class, my online course, pardon me, is starting January 6th. All right, I'm rolling it out December 6th. So look for the information, look for the link, look for the flyer, look for the information, look for the commercial. That if you want to take the alternative Black Studies course, which I think is a beautiful course that I'm finishing up now. I've constructed it, put it together using some alternative methods, using some alternative literature, using some alternative means to get the point across and the history across and the information across to a present generation and a younger generation that's coming behind us so they can kind of grasp it real quick. Then this course is for you. All right. Of course, there'll be other people involved to help you along. There will be people to answer questions. I think it's a beautiful course. It's a 90-day course, it's 3 months, and you'll be able to move at your own pace. The only set days that we have are the days that I'm actually going to bring on the live and in person an elder that's still walking among us, and we'll be able to ask code. And of course, my album, The Energy Code, is coming out January 20th, 2020. All right, working on it right now. All right, in the lab, making it happen. Soleil's album, Encoded, is already out and it's now available on all media platforms. So go download it and make it happen. All right. So at the same time, for those people that have missed, where's my, hold on for a second. All right, I don't have a copy up here. Those of y'all that didn't purchase my book, didn't get it, bought it and didn't read it, I'm actually giving, I'm signing people up to a membership also. Peace, Queen. I didn't know you was going to be on. Miss Soleil. Somebody just mentioned your name about you. I think Quan just mentioned your name about your album Encoded. We let people know that it's across streaming platforms. All right. Hold on. All right. Anyway. All right. Back to that. All right. So so what I decided to do, those of us that that would rather the membership, all right, and that can afford a membership, I'm going to set it at a certain price range that I feel everyone can afford. As far as the membership is concerned, we're going to be dealing with my book, and I've gotten the permission from other brothers to get and use their books dealing with the warrior code, dealing with the rites of passage from boyhood to manhood, from girlhood to womanhood, mainly focusing on the men. So yeah, so I think it'll be a beautiful thing for those people to do the membership and pay for the membership, and as we move that conversation along, having to come on every few weeks or at least once a week to answer questions and to kind of facilitate the conversation that we'll have as far as the membership is concerned. The online course, of course, you take at your own pace. And of course, we're only coming on once a month for the online course. The online course is a lot deeper. It's a lot more intricate. Um, and yeah, it's something that it's practical, very practical. Um, the result that you get out of it is a firm foundation that you will need to kind of move forward. Um, when I say a firm foundation, we have to put a foundation in place in order to establish self, in order to establish family, establish community, all right, establish a nation. So, with that said, we are going to do the membership aspect when it comes to the Warriors song. All right. Um, Shout out to Ray Winbush for his contribution, Chika Akor for his contribution, and Walimu Kebomani Baruti for his contribution. And there's about 3 other authors and brothers that are working on the front lines that we see and we probably hear from and know every single day that have tried to tackle this question dealing with young people. All right. Okay. So with that said, on one hand, we got the alternative um, Black Studies course. On the other hand, we got the membership that we're going to do the Warriors song with, dealing with the Warriors Tapestry, the Warriors Method, the Warriors Tapestry, all right, the Warriors Code, or a message to the Warriors. All right, you got that, Quan? So it's going to be a less expensive membership, and of course, the more intricate, more expensive course, actual course. All right, but tonight, with that said, of course, you can see me, Soleil, and Dr. Wesley Muhammad December 8th at Everlasting Life, at E-Life in Capitol Heights, Maryland. That's Capitol Heights, Maryland, December 8th at 3 o'clock. If you get a hold of the flyer, you'll be able to see the link on there which you can pay in advance to secure your seat. All right, Griff, whatever happened to that rock hip-hop band? Still making it happen. That band was called the Seventh Octave. Making it happen. Wow, what's up with it? Now we still making it happen. All right. So after that, then myself, Soleil, Adjective X, Win, and a few other people are going to be performing at the Vista Room in Atlanta, Georgia, December 15th, I believe. All right. Or is it the 14th, Soleil? Help me out with the date. All right. While Soleil gets that date, I need some beats. Call me, man. Text me, 678-557-2919. I got beats on deck, for real. Anyway, all right. Shout out. Peace. Call Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Dana Swint, what's good with you? Denise Renee Muhammad, how you feel? Magnus Aurelius, you good, bro? All right. All right. So tonight, we're going to talk about Happy Thanksgiving Day. All right. So I just pulled up some basic, and I'm going to approach this just like anyone would approach a subject. I looked up, hold on. I just Googled Thanksgiving history facts. All right. Can y'all rock with me for a minute? So y'all could do this with me. I just put in Google Thanksgiving history facts. It says Thanksgiving facts. The Plymouth Pilgrims were the settlers who established Thanksgiving. Okay, that's a beautiful fact, but who was here before the Pilgrims even got here? Oh, 7 free. You said you need some sounds. Why don't y'all text me if y'all need this stuff? You'll know I got them. Hit me up. 678-557-291. 2919. Hit me up after the show. I'll get it to y'all. 678-557-2919. All right. All right. The Plymouth Pilgrims were the settlers who established Thanksgiving. All right. Whether you know that to be a fact or not. Right? Who was here prior to the Pilgrims? And then how did the Pilgrims establish this so-called unholy day? All right. The first Thanksgiving were actually fasts rather than feasts. Right? So people were fasting instead of feeding their face. All right. Oh, I forgot, Quan. If you want to donate to the platform to support independent media, please hit the Cash App, $ Professor Griff, and donate whatever you can donate, all right, to the platform to support independent media. All right? Give thanks. So the first Thanksgiving were actually fasts rather than feasts. Number 3, every year the president pardons a Thanksgiving turkey. All right? I don't know what the hell that was about. How silly is that? So you're going to pardon a damn turkey every year where black people are languishing in prison for crimes they didn't permit. But you're going to pardon a turkey. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of goddamn sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Anyway, President Roosevelt tried to change the Thanksgiving holiday date. Who gives a flying rat's ass? The USA's first Thanksgiving was in 1621. Canada's was in 1578. Some facts that we can do without. So you say, why are you reading them, Griff? I'm reading them because racism, white supremacy, and the people that move it forward have to regurgitate and repeat and strengthen the lie every single year. All right? And most of y'all have children now, and y'all got them accustomed to these holidays. So what I wanted to do in my online course for everybody is get people familiar with our ancestors' work. Question is now, what are our holidays? This is the question I want to ask everyone. What are our holidays? What holidays should we be celebrating in the way that we celebrate them? If you pick up this book, Ishaka Musa Barashango, African People and European Holidays, A Mental Genocide. What does he say? One of our ancestors. What does he say about Thanksgiving? All right, or Thanksgiving. All right. So we have to understand what our ancestors have said about it and what holidays should we actually be celebrating. All right. So hold on. So when it talks about Christopher Columbus, when it talks about the Pilgrims, when it talks about those early settlers, Leif Erikson and all these people that came to America, they act like they came to America and there was no one here. It was just a vast wasteland. No, that is not the case. Black people were already here. All right? We were the Native American people that were already here, the natives here. All right? So let's understand that fact. So they have to regurgitate the same old lie over and over and over and over. And I'm going to get deeper into the book. All right? Ishaka Musa Barashango. But what I need you to do is write his name down. Somebody type it into the thing right here where everybody can see it. Ishaka Musa, Ishakamusa. All right? He has Isa, which is Jesus built in his name. He got Shaka after the warrior Shaka. He got Musa, which is built in his name, which is Moses. Ishaka Musa Barashango. All right? African people and European holidays. If we're on here and you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, you should know who this ancestor is. We should understand his work before we wake up tomorrow morning talking about happy holiday. Eating turkey legs and all this other kind of stuff, and cranberry sauce and sweet potato pie and pumpkin pie and watching the Thanksgiving Day parade down in New York City and all this other kind of madness. All right? These are some unholy days. Not holy days, they're unholy days. Ross Kofi, please, peace, good brother. So we're going to dive into Del Jones's work because today we're supposed to have been listening to music. We're supposed to have been talking about music. We're going to dive into Del Jones's work. Black Holocaust. All right. Del Jones, the war correspondent. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. All right. High-tech barbarism. And we're going to dive into the Black Holocaust or global genocide. All right. By Del Jones, the war correspondent. All right. These are those kind of very thin books, less than 100 pages that you can pick up and you can read in one day. All right? But the reason why we don't do that is simply because who I'm not saying no one. I'm saying who is presenting this information. All right, in a safe environment where they're not calling you out your name, cursing at you, beating up on you intellectually, and beating you down. All right, where they're not on here arguing with someone. No, we're not going to do that here. All right, Alex and Quan and other people have said we need to raise the vibratory pitch of the vibration and the thinking and the spirit that's on this platform. We've already done that, but since the platform is called Sirius Mindz, then that's what we need. How we need to conduct ourselves. Serious minds attract serious minds. So we have to dive into the Black Holocaust. How do we get in this condition today, even when we talk about the pilgrims that came over? Even when we talk about when white people first landed on these shores, we were already here to greet them, all right? And we saw them through many winters, engaged and taught them many things, only for them to turn around and give our people, the Native American people, disease blankets. All right? Chemical and biological warfare. So there's another one. 15 Thanksgiving fun facts that you should know. When they say stuff like that on Google and these other search engines, are they telling the truth? If they're not telling the truth, then what position do we put ourselves in where we should tell the truth? Why do they kill the turkey? Can you answer that question for me? Are there any Muslims on here from the Nation of Islam? Are there any 5%? 5%ers on here? Anyone on here from the 5% Nation of Gods and Earths? If you are on here, what's the story of General Monk? What's that plus lesson about? All right, I don't see no one responding. Do we have any Muslims on here that know the plus lesson? General Monk. Jamie Morgan Brown, peace, what's up? Alexander F. Stephen, can we recap? A basic recap for the gentleman that just logged on. All right? We are talking about happy Thanksgiving. This is not a Thanksgiving. Why should we, our relatives, our people, the Native Americans, why should we now in 2019 celebrate the genocide of the Native American? We're not going to participate and lend our energy to this madness. And for most of y'all that come on here and talk about, well, it's only a holiday. No, stop that. Stop that. What are our holidays? What should we be celebrating? And it shouldn't be Thanksgiving. We shouldn't be talking and discussing the genocide of the Native American people in the way that we do by celebrating it, by having Thanksgiving dinner. All right? Hold on. So we're doing a basic search. Yeah, I'm one of the kind of individuals, when I search subjects, I put exactly what I'm thinking in there. I'll let Google figure the rest of that shit out, for real. Thanksgiving, celebrating the genocide of the Native Americans. What else should you put in the search engine? Hell, I'm putting in the search engine exactly what's on my damn mind, and you should do the same thing. What's wrong with that? Y'all put that in the search engine. Let's see what we come up with. I'm going to let y'all figure that part out. All right? All right, I had to get my charger, man. My computer's dying on me. All right. So I Googled exactly, what I have on my mind. And y'all should try that too. Don't try to sound all sophisticated and intelligent using the King's English. Put exactly in the search engine what you're thinking. Am I going on tour when my album is complete? Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to take brothers that I'm working with, Adjective X, and I'd like to take Soleil and DJ Nabs, Davey D, and a few other people that I'm working with, of course, man. Some musicians, very talented people. Yeah, that we got something to offer musically, conscious musically. But anyway, for the people that's just joining us, this is Professor Griff, and we're talking about the genocide of the Native American and why. What names on time I didn't need for the ticket? Hold on. Hold on. All right. Anyway. All right, people are hitting me up. There's a concert this Friday happening. They want to. Anyway. All right. So, we're talking about the genocide of the Native American people. Now, maybe y'all can help me out. Maybe Thanksgiving is supposed to mean something to someone else. Professor, what is your first name? I hate referring to you. I hate referring to men by the white man's preferred name. What is my first name? I don't even tell people my name. Just Griff is fine. Yeah, black people, man, we don't tell people our names. Always got warrants and shit. You ask people their name, we don't do that. My aunt's last name is McNear. Her greatest niece, blah, 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 4 girls who died. Okay. Anyway, all right, we're talking about Ishakabusa Barashango's work, African People in European Holidays. What I need y'all to do right now is Google this man's name. Go to a search engine right now and Google his name. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No problem. All right. Ishakamusa Barashango, African People in European Holidays. If you can't spell his name, there it is. All right. African People in European Holidays. Get familiar with the man's body of work. You can take his name and put it in on YouTube, and a whole body of work will come up. You just need to take your time out of your day, all right? And while the family is over, you need to just get in and click on the big 90-inch screen TV that you got in the living room, and you just let them get a whiff of that. Don't have to sit them down. They'll see it. They'll hear it. You see, it's showing backwards. That's why I'm spelling it out. It's showing backwards. African People in European Holidays. All right, Ishakamusa Barashango. Ishakamusa Barashango. African People in European Holidays. All right. Then once we talk about the Pilgrims and digest this whole idea of there was people here, and then 90% of the people, once the white man came and stepped foot on these shores, 90% of the people that were here, I would say 75% of the people that were here got wiped out with diseases that the white man brought here to these shores. A vast majority of people got taken back to Europe as slaves. So we need to truly know the history. There are brothers and sisters that are on YouTube and that are on social media that's laying out the history. I'm trying to understand why we don't get the history as they lay it out. I'm trying to figure that out. Like what's the issue with that? So if we're celebrating Thanksgiving, you're celebrating the genocide of the Native American people. Now, if you're on here and you're white, I need to have a conversation with you. A minute ago, when I was growing up and when I was coming up, if you found a black person with the silky kind of hair that we had, that looked like our eyebrows, all right, our eyebrows, That person might lie to you and say, yeah, I got Indian in my family. That was a thing with us. Yeah, I got Indian in my family. How many people, relatives have said that to you? But can't tell you one tribe, don't know one tradition, can't tell you nothing about the Native American people, but you got Indian in your family. Right. What part of your family? Where at in your family? And then how come you don't carry on the traditions if you have Indian in your family? Tell me what tribe you belong to. So now, once we study Barry Shango's work, then we get into the whole idea of the genocide of the Native Americans. We have to identify, well, who were those Native Americans that greeted the pilgrims on the shores? Who were those Native Americans? Who were those Native Americans? English and Dutch mercenaries killed over 100 million Indians. Okay, if you don't know Tony James, then we have to study, bruh. We have to study. We have to study Barry Shango's work. This is a good place to start. African people and European holidays. Most of y'all are not getting past the African people part. Because a lot of y'all don't claim to be African. Don't want to be black and don't want to be African. I don't know what the hell y'all are. If you're able to get past that, then we can talk about the European holidays, and then we can move on to a mental genocide, because something happens on a spiritual level when it comes to these holidays. And if you understand the history of these unholy days, we get the word holiday and holy day mixed up. There is a difference between holy, H-O-L-Y, days, and H-O-L-I. If you had a good night's rest and you slept at the goddamn Holiday Inn, then it's H-O-L-I. All right, but holy is something totally different. Holy is something that has not been mixed, diluted, nor tampered with. Let's understand that. All right? Let's understand that. Once again, my name is Professor Griff. This is Sirius Mindz platform, mainly on YouTube, but I'm here on Facebook and IG. All right, y'all can come on over to www.youtube.com/C/Sirius Mindz RNTV. The RNTV stands for radio and television. If you want to donate to independent media, you get my cash app at $ Professor Griff. All right. So now we're going to talk about the celebrating of the genocide of the Native Americans. It says the sad reality about the United States government is that in matter of a few hundred years, it managed to rewrite its own history into a mythological fantasy. Did y'all hear what I just said? The United States government managed, only in a few hundred years, they've managed to rewrite the history of the United States government in this fantasy kind of mythological fantasy kind of thing, where your children's children that are coming up now will know nothing about the genocide of the Native Americans, and definitely will know nothing about this dude, which we're going to dive into in a minute, because this madness gave birth to this madness. The truth about Christopher Columbus. This is why I said to myself, I need to put together an alternative Black Studies course so we can get this truth. Because if you go to school, you're not going to run into Ishakabusa Barry Shango's work. You're not going to run into Dale Jones's work of Black Holocaust. It's just not going to happen. You're going to get the Hollywood version of what's going on in America as far as the history books, and it's going to make it seem like we did business. White people did business with the Native Americans and everything was peaches and cream. No. The blood soaked the soil of America with the blood of our Native American brothers and sisters. All right? Suzette Clark, I got you. You're showing backwards. I got you. But just look up African people and European holidays, a mental genocide. The concepts of liberty, freedom, and the free enterprise in the land of the free, home of the brave, is a mere spin. All right? It's a spin. The U.S. was founded and became prosperous based on two original sins. Firstly, the mass murder of Native Americans and the theft of their land by European colonists. Secondly, on slavery. Two things America was based and established on: the murder of the Native American and the taking of their land, and slavery, enslaving black people, African people, black African people. Facts. We're not here to debate that. We're not here to argue that. All right, go do the research, and then you can present your argument. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, we want to dive into who this character is. Christopher Columbus. All right, so now, I'm going on with the article. This article is Thanksgiving, celebrating the genocide of Native Americans. Look that up in Google. Look that up on Google. Listen, if we're going to tackle these issues and get a deeper understanding of these holidays, these concepts, America rewriting history, we have to study, man. I understand YT University is giving a lot of us a lot of information, but we got to fact check that, man. You just can't go on YouTube, watch something, and think that's what it is. Yeah, we have to fact check, all right? This grim reality is far removed from the fairy tale version of the nation that views itself in its collective consciousness as a virtuous universal agent for good and progress. The most recent version of the mythology was expressed by Ronald Reagan when he said that America is a shining city upon a hill whose beacon light guides freedom-loving people everywhere. That's a goddamn lie. Everything white people put their hands on, as far as we know, is dripping with blood. Everywhere they went, they've exploited the Native American people here, the Native people everywhere, and the Indigenous people everywhere on the planet, and have taken their resources in the name of fighting for democracy. Don't even go other places and don't even ask people if they want to have democracy as a form of government. Just forcing it on the people. All right? Study the book Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And you see how the United States government operates. In rewriting its own history about Thanksgiving, white America tells a Disney-like fairy tale about the English pilgrims and their struggle to survive in a new land and new and harsh environment. The pilgrims found help from the friendly... hold on. Where was I at? The pilgrims found help from a friendly and extremely generous Native American tribe, the Wampanoag Indians, in 1621. Unfortunately for the Native Americans, the European settlers' gratitude was short-lived. By 1637, Massachusetts Governor John Winthrop ordered the massacre of thousands of Wampanoag Indians, Indian men, women, and children. Everywhere white people go, it's murder, it's theft, it's rape. And it shows you in the early history of Thanksgiving in Massachusetts, up in Massachusetts. And you know they whitewashed that part of history. So imagine if we dove into Barry Shango's work. This is book 2, but you had to read book 1. All right? We have to read The Black Holocaust by Del Jones. All right? We have to read The Body Snatchers, High-Tech Barbarism. All right? This book is by Del Jones. If we're African people, do European holidays constitute a mental genocide for us? Most history is whitewashed, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for us, there are elders that are still on the scene that can point you back to our ancestors so we can get the truth about these holidays. The genocide began in 1637, marks the beginning of the conquest of the entire continent until most Native Americans were exterminated. A few were assimilated into white society, and the rest were put on reservations to dwindle and die. This is what they did to the Native American. And then they worked black people to death to build this country. So this country was built on the murder and the theft of the Native American land and the enslavement of black people. So when Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas in 1492, on his quest for gold and silver, the native population, which he erroneously called Indians, not their name, not their name, not their name. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that for a minute. These people didn't even call themselves Indians. Seven free. You can't just make a statement like that, bro. You got to complete it. If you're going to give us a book, give us the author. I come from Australia, completely whitewashed. Aborigines in the outback are now being threatened with jail. Wow. Everywhere we go, we find these people. What happened in the outback and what happened in Australia, they let them white criminals out of prisons in England, in Europe, and other places, and they went to Australia. Some of them came here. So America was established on violence, on hatred, on bloodshed, on theft, on murder, on rape. The genocide began in 1637, marks the beginning of the conquest of the entire continent until most Native Americans were exterminated. A few were assimilated into white society and the rest were put on reservations to dwindle and die. When Christopher Columbus discovered the Americas in 1492, on his quest for gold and silver, the native population, which he erroneously called Indians, numbered an estimated 15 million, who lived north of current-day Mexico. It was by all considerations a thriving civilization. 350 years later, the Native American population of north of Mexico would be reduced to a few million people. This genocide was brought upon by natives by systematic mass murder and also by disease, notably smallpox, and is spread by European colonists. All kind of diseases, syphilis and gonorrhea and all this kind of other stuff, white people brought to these shores and put among the Native Americans and infected their black slaves. Christopher Columbus was sailing and bumped into these shores and thought he was in India. So when he met the people, he called them Indians. And then ignorantly today, people in the West, in the islands, call themselves West Indians, which is ass backwards. You're not West Indians. You're not West Indians. So we're going to study who these pilgrims are. We're going to study who these early Americans are. We're going to study who the early Native Americans are that they met. Christopher Columbus, and his successors, capitalist propensity for greed was foreign to Native Americans. They viewed the land as tribal collective ownership. Tribal collective ownership. You could not own the land. It doesn't belong to you. Even today, it doesn't belong to you. Well, man, I do real estate, man, and I own 7 houses. No, you don't. Collective tribal membership. We all own the land. Ernst, what's good with you, bro? Peace. So we're talking about Thanksgiving Day. Most of y'all will be sitting around getting fat with the remote control in your hand watching football. Celebrating, in ignorance, celebrating the genocide of the Native American. All right? But at the same time, you're talking about, well, I got Indian in my family. No, you don't. Stop that. Because if you did, you wouldn't be acting the way you're acting. It was by all considerations a thriving civilization. 350 years later, the Native American population of north of Mexico would be reduced to a few million people. The genocide was brought upon by natives, by systematic mass murder, and also by disease, notably smallpox, which was given to the Native American people by European colonists, and also sexually transmitted disease because of the wholesale rape by white men. Columbus and his successors, proto-capitalists, had a propensity for greed, and which was foreign to Native Americans. They viewed the land as tribal collective ownership, not as property. They could not be owned by individuals. The property could not be owned by individuals. Peace. Give thanks, Rasa Khan. Peace. All right. Shout out to Pam Africa. Collective land ownership. You cannot own property. Columbus and his successors were not coming to an empty wilderness, but into a world which in some places was the most densely populated as Europe. There was millions of people already here, is what I'm trying to get you to understand. What happened to that part of history that we don't understand and we can't firmly get a grasp on? So much so that you forget about it and you turn around and you cut open a goddamn turkey tomorrow and you want to sit and act like this is not the genocide of the Native American. It only happened a minute ago. And then we just got out of came through a holiday, a Columbus Day in October. Let me finish though. And where relations between men and women, children, and nature were more beautifully worked out than perhaps any other place in the world. Now this is Howard Zinn in his masterful work, A People's History of the United States. Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States. Quan, can you put that? Can you put that in the chat here? Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States, when he talks about the Native American people. This is Thanksgiving, misgiving. It's the genocide of the Native Americans is what you're celebrating tomorrow. So let me back away from the camera so y'all can see this. All right. I know some of y'all saying y'all seeing this backwards, but one little fold out that you can get and you can put up somewhere in your home so we can understand the truth about Christopher Columbus. All right. So what I'm going to be doing with this particular poster in the alternative Black Studies course that I'm developing, all right, we need to take things like this, break them down, and put it in such a way where everybody can get a hold of this information. The only way we're going to be able to do that is put that in a curriculum where we can study and we can follow along and you can move at your own pace. I'm developing that curriculum as we speak, launching it January 6th is when the first class is going to start. You move at your own pace. It'll be available for you to begin to pay for it because it's a 90-day course. It's 3 months. All right. So, but we need this. Went down in the library, ripped it apart, and took out the necessary information that we need, took out the necessary books and posters and charts and graphs, took out the necessary information to put a curriculum, a course together. All right? And I'm going to present it, like I said, in January 6th. All right? We need this information. Inside of that course, we got to have Ishaka Musa Barry Shango's work in it. All right? This is imperative because you're not going to, where else are you going to get this? We have to have Dale Jones's work in it. Wish I had more time to read some of the stuff out of these books so y'all can get this, man. It's mind-numbing. If you would like to participate in an alternative Black Studies course series, you can email seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com. seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com. That's Sirius, S-I-R-I-U-S, Mindz, M-I-N-D-Z, info@gmail.com. All right? So I'm saying we have to be able to tell our own story through our own lens. There are elders walking among us right now that we need to bring them in a controlled, safe environment, and we need to support them in order to get this information out, because they have it. They're still walking among us. And then those elders can now help us tap into those ancestors' body of work that we're forsaking. All right? A people is only as strong in the present as they are in their past, in their history. We have to be tapped into our history. And this is the concept of the whole idea of Sankofa. Standing in the present, always having to go back to fetch it in order to move forward. This is why white people have established whole networks like the History Channel, because they understand the importance of history. All right? We need Black history networks, African history networks. We need people that's constantly just going to tell the story and present the factual truth. All right? Demand 23, give thanks for your donation, good brother. I really appreciate you. If anyone else want to support independent Black media, all right, you can support it by coming over here to YouTube and on the chat, the chat, and of course, the super chat, and you can donate. Or if you right here on IG or Facebook, you can go to $ Professor Griff and donate that way to support independent media. But where else are you going to get this information? There's some beautiful, brave brothers and sisters that are on YouTube right now laying this kind of information out. Do we support them though? What's the brother's name, man? Oh man, why is the brother's name escaping me? Dane Calloway. Michael Imhotep. There's a few people that is laying this history out, man. And laying history out, we need to pull them in and their body of work in. All right? In a correct, oh, thank you, man. I got it. It's Dane Calloway, right. That's pulling this information in. We shouldn't look at Dane Calloway's work and say, I disagree with one thing and dismiss his whole body of work. That's foolish, man. Obviously, the man did some serious study, and the man, he laid it out. So why shouldn't we be supporting the Dane Callaways and the Michael Imhoteps out of Detroit? We need more networks like that. So the Alternative Black Studies course starts January 6th. Take my email address down and take my phone number down. Hit me up and let me know. It's a course that you can move at your own pace. All right? Yeah, I understand that about Dane Calloway because I saw some of the things. You understand what I'm saying? But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. All right? Because a minute ago, people were clowning Professor Griff saying I was cloned and saying that I work for the government and whatever. So stop. You understand what I'm saying? The position I take, good brother, on anybody's work, I take the work, I look at it, I'll do my research, and then I determine what's what with that body of work. I'm not going to get on social media and because I found some errors in Dane Calloway's work, blast the man. I think that's very immature. Now, if I had the man's phone number, I'd like to dialogue with him and say, well, check these points out and then we can dialogue. But anyway, y'all know this is Professor Griff. My platform is Sirius Mindz. The online program is going to start January 6th. All right? You can donate to the cause, $ Professor Griff on Cash App. All right? If you don't want to do that, the Warrior Song class that I'm presenting is by membership only. All right? All right? Get involved. Support independent media. All right? Support independent media. We have to be able to support independent media. I wanted to go into aspects of the actual genocide, all right, of the Native American. But time is not affording me to do that. It's not allowing me to do that. So, Quan, you all right? Oh, give thanks. Demond 23, really appreciate you, man. I'm putting this link from the article I just read from. I'm trying to put it on Facebook right now so we can get it, all right? I'm going to put unhappy Thanxz taking. The genocide of the Native American. The genocide of the Native American. Okay? I'm putting this on Facebook right now. Y'all can go to Facebook and check it out. Quan, can you find a link and put it in the chat? Do me a favor while we're waiting, brother, family. Can y'all do me a favor, please? Seriously? Can y'all look up the word American? Tell me what it really means. What does the word American really mean? Come on, help me out. Please, I'm just, yeah, I want to know that everyone else know, because I really want to figure this out. I truly want to figure this out. All right. So I'm putting the Black Studies course together, and I am following through with getting the support material that I need. We did a fundraiser which yielded about $30, $60. That's it. So that didn't work. All right. So I'm going to have to shift to plan B. I guess I'm going to have to come out of pocket in order to facilitate the necessary things that we need to facilitate. As people join and some monies come through, then I'll have to sacrifice those monies in order to to be able to get our elders on film so we can hear it from them. We just take it for granted the fact that they're always going to be around, and they're not always going to be around. Webster's Dictionary is a native or citizen of the United States. American. Amer means what? A-M-E-R. If we break the word down. Amer means what? Help me out. See, this is why we need a study course. We're not going to go out on branch knowledge. We're going to go to the root. All right? The Western Hemisphere, North America, South America. Okay. Amer means to what? Like the name Americo. Amer. What is Amer? A-M-E-R. Come on, talk to me. A native, a citizen of the United States. Okay. So, but because they didn't make black people citizens, they didn't make Native American citizens, they were able to pass laws. All right, so we're going to be able to come together to dialogue, to talk, to move the cause forward in a private Facebook group. All right. To be an American is to be a native, meaning you were here first. Thank you. Ammer has nothing to do with it. What does Ammer mean, though? What does the word Ammer mean? Prosperous and full of life. Let me look up Ammer. Prosperous, full of life. One who has a long and prosperous life. All right, pronunciation, Arabic, and Arabic, prosperous. Okay. Let me ask this. Okay. All right. All right. So if that's the case, then we need to study the language of racism, white supremacy, and who gives the meanings to these particular words. All right. Once again, I will be at wait, let me go. I'll be at the Vista Room December 15th from 12 to 4. The La Vista Room is 2836 La Vista Road in Decatur, Georgia. The Tantra, Rock, and Hip Hop. Soleil is live at the Vista Room with Professor Griff. We're in Paris, and the Great Fluid and friends. Grateful Dude and friends. That's dope. $15 advance, 20 at the door. All right. All right. That's Indicator, Georgia. December 15th. All right. Where else? We are going to be in, of course, myself, Soleil, and Dr. Wesley Muhammad are going to be in Capitol Heights, Maryland. All right, at the that E-Life, Everlasting Life. We're going to be dealing with the weaponization of hip hop. Weaponization of black music. And Soleil is going to present a special lecture in dealing with sound as a tool to heal. All right, vibrations, frequencies, sound, how it affects water, how it affects the body, and how we can use it to heal. All right, this is Professor Griff. I'm out of here. I love y'all to life. All right, Quan, you good? That homeschool life. Amerigo, as a boy's name, is an Italian, old German origin and meaning America's work ruler. Okay. All right, shout out to the Sirius Mindz family. Shout out to everybody on the book and everybody on the gram. Love y'all to life. It's Professor Griff. I got to get out of here, man. All right, I'm going to see y'all. All right, Quan, I got to go. Make things happen. All right. So, Quan, if you're not coming on tomorrow, let me know. There's about two other subjects I want to deal with. And plus, I'm going to be going live with the brother and sister, the husband and wife team that makes the copper, that makes the copper vibrations going live with them. All right. All right, Quan, salute. We'll talk. All right. That homeschool life, I got you on that. All right. I'm gonna make sure you and your children up in the course. Okay, you won't be on you traveling. All right, cool. I got you. All right, I'll make it happen. All right. I love you all to life, man. Sirius Mindz for Sirius Mindz. Seriously. Peace, man. Y'all take care. All right. Peace. Shout out to Shane Shakur. Shout out to Quan. All right. Peace, y'all.